Okay, so today there's a bunch of things I want to do, but I happen to get some of these wildflowers, and I got a nice spot down here that I'm probably not going to touch for a while. It was a mistake to probably go down in there in the first place, but here I am. This is another video. My brother and I we put a bunch of seeds scattered out, whether they're cantaloupe, watermelon, I forget what the other one was that we put in there. Do you remember?
No,
squash. I think it was squash,
there's a lot of melon stuff,
and watermelon, and we kind of just scattered them to see what would happen. So we're gonna go take a little look down there and see if we can find something that might be growing all wild like. Again, it was just an experiment, so we'll go check that out. So I got some wildflowers. There's one little mix in here. Wildflowers is annuals, so we might get a little bit this year, and then next year we'll only get the perennials. But hey, we'll get some of the prettiness and the colors coming out. And at the same time, I also have these jewelweed seeds. Now, when I was a kid, I was in camp, and my cousin can attest for this too, is we learned about jewelweed and how it can take away an itch from a mosquito bite. And you'll know it because it has a little purple bulb at the bottom of it once it starts growing. And I'm gonna put this back into the tree line. If you can see over here, there's a tree line in there and down near the creek, and that's usually where they grow in a nice kind of a wet atmosphere, but they'll grow pretty much anywhere. And they're kind of neat too, because when you flick them, they kind of burst open and shoot a little thing at you. So it's kind of neat, and we'll see that back in the fall if they start to grow. So let's get to it.
Yep.
So I mentioned to some people on my video, this is my Grolman knife. It's the same one as the guy on Raspberry Rock has, but I had mine first, and I really like it. It does a lot of work for me, and it's easy to sharpen, and it could use a harder blade on it, but it's pretty handy for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to just scrape the ground in a couple of lines, and I'm going to try and spread the seeds in there because they only have to go down like a centimeter, so it's really small, and I don't want to play around, and I don't want to just scatter them in case the birds want to eat them and all. So I just turn the knife backwards or whatever on the side and just kind of score the ground a bit. See if I can get a little bit of a ditch in here somewhere. It doesn't have to, it can be all scattered out, you know, it can be anywhere, because these are all wild anyway. So I'm hoping next year they'll just spread on their own anyway. So open up a few spots wherever it's convenient like that, you know, just open it up a bit. I think that'll do too, because the grass underneath keeps it nice and moist. So it's really just kind of scoring it a bit, that's all. We'll just spread that out. So some of my seeds here, so I guess it doesn't really matter which pack. Errol's gonna give me a hand, my employee of the month. Okay, so I'll get we're gonna try just the wildflower. See, these ones here I got, I don't even know how you pronounce that, Astilbe, which is just a hybrid mix, and Delphinium. So I'm gonna try just the wild mix for now, and I'm gonna spread them out. Of course, I want to put everything everywhere. I want to spread it right out of there. Just get some in my hand, and I'll just get out of there. Come on, yeah. Okay, just do a little of that, a little of this. See, I find if it's too hard, you don't want to do it. So if you can make things easy on yourself, you know, scatter this, scatter that. It's kind of the reason I like permaculture, other than setting everything and starting. Once you get it set, it should kind of run itself, you know, because you're kind of letting nature do its job. So, and we'll just scatter them around. Things in there. Find little pits and stuff where they can hide. You know, get that little movement. Some in there. Man, can't wait to see these come up. So, I'm gonna scatter a couple, you know. Again, this is like less than $2. So I'm just gonna scatter a few, and then hopefully they go, and then next year I can just steal the seeds off the ones that grow. They'll just spread themselves out. I'm just, yeah, I don't want the weeds to outgrow them, but that'll be great if they can start shading some of these weeds and I just get flowers instead. I just saw a honeybee, probably my first one this year. All right, so I'm just gonna lightly cover that up and we're gonna go on the hunt for some of those seeds we planted, eh, Trev?
Yeah, man. Let's go check it out. All right, so I'm at the tree line, and I'm looking towards the front of my property. But down in here, this is where we put all that stuff in here, where these sticks are. And I might have something growing there, but it's really hard to tell. And it's so thick here, I just don't see it happening. So no luck trying to find anything. But I'm at the tree line, so I am gonna put these little jewel weed seeds in and hope they grow. Get a little squash down here, and they might not grow, but hey, let's find out. I'm just gonna toss them out like that and let nature take its course. You know, you can always go out and find more and put them in there, but that's my contribution to my property. But back in here, maybe in the winter, I'll clear out a lot of this, and I want to start growing ferns. Get the fiddleheads once a year. I get those ostrich ferns. But yeah, I'd really like this to be that area. Get enough to put in the freezer. So with all that rain, my pond just filled right up, and from what I was told, it actually overflowed, and that little pipe didn't really do what it could have. But yeah, it didn't do too much damage, but at the same time, you can see she is right full. And we're expecting more rain all week, but we got some really good rain and washed part of this road out. It's not too bad, but you know, it's worse up at the front where I come in. It actually washed out a big ass chunk, so we'll have to fix that up. And yeah.
So I found a bunch of wire that we'll never use in the farm shed. So I'm going to use it to tie up these grapes I've been meaning to get to. So I'm going to get started. I'm basically just going to weave, you know, 5 or 6 strips across, tie it tight, and do the other side. So we'll give you a little progress picture as we go. But basically I'm just going to tie it. And I might have to go get my tin snips, which I didn't, but I do have my knife, so hopefully that'll cut through it.
Well, I'm all done this. I haven't decided what I'm going to do to the top. I think I'm going to use more of a stick because it's a lot stronger, it'll last longer. Yeah, I'm not sure. The wire start to sag after a while, so yeah, I was thinking maybe do something a little stronger. So I would come back and do little sticks all the way across. But at least they got the trellises all done for the grapes. So this is my roadway down in the front, so you can see the water really, it came in so much that it started to create these little runoffs, which has never happened. So I'm gonna throw the wild seeds and stuff down along here. Gonna get a lot more flowers. I mean, there's some nice little flowers and whatever these are. They're kind of nice. But I'm just gonna add to it, and hopefully I can just, you know, I'm gonna try and overwhelm this entire area with just flowers. It's kind of swampy though. So again, I'm just gonna sprinkle them, see what happens. So I just whipped up these little cages to protect my blueberries mostly from the rabbits. Might as well get a head start on it. I don't really have to worry about it till about winter or fall. They have plenty to eat out there, but you know, I'm starting, so everything I establish, I want to establish. So that way, when I have enough abundance, I won't have to worry about this kind of stuff. In my last video, I showed you that some of my bulbs came in, and I'm pretty sure these are what they call Lucifer Crocus Mia. I could be wrong. If you know different, then let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna clear it out and use I pulled out the old trusty machete. There's a discussion on my Facebook with Russell Manning from Colombia. He says this is his favorite tool, and I always liked one, but I don't know if it's my favorite, but I'm definitely going to use it today. There. And I'll just chop and drop it, all the weeds. But at least that's gonna get going. I even think some of my other flowers are starting to come up too. Not really sure if these are it here. I don't know if you can see that. Get a close up. There you go. Oh, those are pretty. You're supposed to bring the hummingbirds, but I'm sure the bees will like it. You can see these ones right here. Not really sure what those are, but I know they're kind of in the same order as when I put them in, because I put everything in a circle and then a circle outside of a circle, and just to see what would happen. And wow, I'm happy. So right here, that's another apple. It's a Honeycrisp, and I picked up another one which is up on the hill there. And that there is a Fuji. So we gotta find a place to put the Fuji apple, but right now let's put this one in. So it's the same as always. Dig the hole a little bigger or mound it in some way. So that's what I'm going to do. Well, there she sits. All done. I just I bowled it a little bit and then I mounded it. I used some potting soil with percolate in it. I think I said perlite, sorry, excuse me, perlite. And raked up some of the loose stuff that I had tilled up around it and just mounded it a little bit. And she is done. Good looking tree. All right, both apples are in now. There's my Fuji, my Honeycrisp.
So I've picked up a couple more trees. These, that's a nectarine and a peach tree here. I picked them up at a place outside of Hamilton or inside Hamilton on Highway 6 called Ed Cardulo's. Hi guys. And yeah, I got a lot of my trees from this guy. And the root stocks and the size are very acceptable. They're such nice trees so far. I've had no problems with any of them. He's got a sale on them right now for $69.99 for a tree this size, and I think you should jump at it if you get a chance, because I'm gonna. Now I gotta find a place to put these in, and I'm gonna get them all attached down in there where I've set the beds from my last video. And it's raining, and like I said, progress waits for nobody.
Alright, so I found a spot. This is where I'm going to put the, I believe that's the peach tree, right? So I got the peach tree there. I'm going to put the nectarine over there in that bed, and that goes along with the apple. And I just want my viewers to know that, you know, I know these come from Ed Cardulo, but I wasn't paid or anything to do that. I just wanted you all to know that if you need to look for a good tree, he's definitely the spot where I would go. Definitely a decent price. So yeah, check him out. And so I got that there, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna get a plum and put it in here, and a cherry over there. And then what I'll also do over here is I'll end up putting another cherry on the other end of that, and then maybe a plum into the horseshoe. So on and so forth. That's also one of Ed's nectarines over there doing well.